Number 1. The 1966 Ford Fairlane 500 Club Coupe. The 1966 Ford Fairlane 500 Club Coupe is one of those classic Fords that perfectly balances style, simplicity, and V8 performance. While Mustangs often steal the spotlight, the Fairlane offers much of the same mechanical DNA in a more distinctive and increasingly collectible package. This example is listed at $29,900 and shows just 34,709 miles. According to the seller, it retains its original numbers-matching 289 cubic inch V8 paired with a factory 3-speed Cruise-O-Matic automatic transmission, making it an appealing choice for collectors who value originality. Finished in its factory Sauterne gold, the car has received only one repaint while keeping its original appearance. Even more impressive, much of the interior remains original, and it still includes the factory spare tire, original jack, and original AM radio, preserving much of the car's authentic character. Mechanically, the Fairlane has been thoughtfully updated where it matters. Recent improvements include a new radiator and cooling components, fuel pump, gas tank, Pertronix electronic ignition, dual master cylinder, and Wilwood front disc brakes. Those upgrades significantly improve reliability and braking performance without taking away from the car's classic look. It also rides on Goodyear Redline radial tires, giving it the period-correct muscle car appearance enthusiasts appreciate. One detail that really stands out is the seller's claim that this Fairlane is a multiple trophy-winning show car. That suggests it has been carefully maintained and recognized by judges at classic car events, adding extra credibility to its overall condition. So, is it worth the $29,900 asking price? In my opinion, yes. A low-mileage, numbers-matching 1966 Fairlane 500 Club Coupe with tasteful reliability upgrades, preserved originality, and multiple show awards represents strong value in today's classic Ford market. It's a car that can be proudly displayed at shows while remaining comfortable enough to enjoy on the open road. The 1966 Ford Fairlane 500 Club Coupe is a reminder that some of Ford's finest classics aren't always the most famous, but they can be among the most rewarding to own. Number 2. The 1962 Chevrolet Impala Sport Sedan. The 1962 Chevrolet Impala is one of the most recognizable full-size Chevrolets ever produced. With its clean body lines and timeless styling, it remains a favorite among classic car enthusiasts more than 60 years after it first rolled off the assembly line. This example is located south of Wichita, Kansas, with an asking price of $18,500. According to the seller, it's a two-owner car that has been well cared for and is ready to be driven anywhere. Under the hood is a 327 cubic inch V8, paired with an automatic transmission. It also comes equipped with power steering, power brakes, and vintage air conditioning, adding modern comfort while preserving the car's classic character. Finished in black over a blue interior, this four-door sports sedan offers the distinctive pillarless hardtop styling that made these Impalas so popular in the early 1960s. The seller also references the 1839 build package, identifying it as an authentic Impala sports sedan configuration. Perhaps the biggest selling point is the seller's confidence, stating that you can simply get in the car and drive anywhere. That's exactly what many buyers hope to hear when shopping for a classic they intend to enjoy on the road rather than keep parked in a garage. In my opinion, this 1962 Chevrolet Impala Sport Sedan is an attractive combination of originality, drivability, and value. With its dependable 327 V8, desirable factory options, two-owner history, and classic hardtop styling, it appears to be a well-sorted cruiser that's ready for weekend drives, road trips, and local car shows alike. Number 3. The 1967 Buick Special. Not every classic American car needs massive horsepower to be collectible. Sometimes, originality, documentation, and honest preservation are far more valuable. That's exactly what makes this 1967 Buick Special stand out. Located in Olathe, Kansas, this rare two-door hardtop carries an asking price of $19,500. It has just 79,000 original miles and has had only 3 owners throughout its life, making it an increasingly uncommon survivor. According to the seller, the car still retains what is believed to be its original 300 cubic inch V8 paired with the factory 2-speed automatic transmission. Rather than modernizing the car, the owners chose to preserve its factory character, keeping features like the original drum brakes, power steering, period-correct Firestone redline tires, Skylark hubcaps, and even the original trunk accessories. What really separates this Buick from many other classics is its impressive documentation. It comes with the original owner's manual, Protecto plate, title history dating back to 1972, and records tracing ownership through each caretaker. There's even a unique dash plaque showing the car was originally built specifically for its first owners, adding another layer of authenticity. The seller also notes that the Buick spent its first 55 years in southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas, helping preserve its solid body and rust-free structure. They describe it as a car that runs and drives exceptionally well while remaining remarkably close to factory specification. In my opinion, this Buick Special is a true survivor rather than a restored classic. Its originality, documented history, low ownership count, and well-preserved condition make it especially appealing for collectors who appreciate authenticity over extensive modifications. Number 4. The 1969 Buick Skylark Gran Sport. What if I told you that for $22,000, you could own a genuine 1969 Buick GS with fresh paint, a solid body, and plenty of potential to become an outstanding classic? The Buick GS has always lived in the shadow of the Chevelle SS and GTO, but enthusiasts know these cars deliver the same muscle car spirit with a touch of Buick refinement. Finished in black with a brown interior, this GS has recently received a new paint job, giving it a fresh appearance while retaining its classic late 1960s styling. According to the seller, both the body and underbody are solid, making it a strong foundation for someone looking to own a dependable driver or complete a higher-level restoration. The seller says the car runs and drives, but is upfront that it still needs a few finishing touches to be perfect. The biggest cosmetic issue mentioned is the front and rear bumper chrome, which could benefit from being replated to match the rest of the car's appearance. What also makes this listing feel genuine is the story behind it. The car originally belonged to the seller's father, and after his passing, it's now looking for a new owner. Rather than overselling it, the seller presents it honestly as a solid classic that's ready for its next chapter. So, is it worth the asking price? Personally, I think it is. For $22,000, you're getting a real 1969 Buick GS with a solid body, fresh paint, and a car that already runs and drives. With a little attention to the chrome and a few finishing details, this could become a beautiful example of one of Buick's most respected muscle cars. If you're searching for a classic that's both enjoyable today and full of future potential, this 1969 Buick Skylark Gran Sport is definitely worth considering. Number 5. The 1967 Chevrolet Camaro Coupe. What if I told you that for $30,000, you could own a 1967 Chevrolet Camaro with V8 power, fresh mechanical updates, and a price that's far more approachable than many first-generation Camaros on today's market? The 1967 model marked the debut of the Camaro, making it one of the most recognizable American muscle cars ever built. Whether you're cruising through town or pulling into a local car show, a first-generation Camaro always draws attention. Finished in blue with a matching blue interior, this Camaro has a classic, period-correct look. According to the seller, it's an older restoration, so it's not a flawless show car, but it remains very presentable and, more importantly, built to be driven. Under the hood is a 400 cubic inch small block Chevrolet V8, paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission. That's a popular combination known for delivering strong performance, dependable reliability, and plenty of aftermarket support if you ever decide to make upgrades. The seller also mentions that the car recently received new tires and a new dual exhaust system, meaning some of the important maintenance has already been taken care of. They describe it simply as a good driver, and honestly, that's one of my favorite descriptions for a classic car. Rather than being locked away in a garage, this Camaro sounds like the kind of car you can actually get behind the wheel and enjoy on a regular basis. So, is it worth the asking price? In my opinion, yes. For $30,000, you're getting an iconic 1967 Camaro, a strong 400 small block V8, fresh tires and exhaust, and a classic that's ready to be driven instead of endlessly worked on. Because, at the end of the day, the best classic car is the one that makes you want to grab the keys and head out for another drive. Number 6. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro SS Coupe. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro SS is widely considered one of the greatest muscle cars ever built. With its aggressive styling, big block power, and legendary reputation, it's a model that continues to command strong demand among collectors. This example is listed at $70,000 and is powered by a 396 cubic inch big block V8, backed by a turbo 400 automatic transmission and a 12-bolt rear axle, a drivetrain combination that's synonymous with late 1960s Chevrolet performance. What makes this Camaro especially interesting is that it blends classic muscle with modern drivability. One of the biggest upgrades is the addition of a gear vendor's overdrive unit, installed just a few months ago. Personally, I think this is one of the best modifications you can make to a big block muscle car because it allows the engine to cruise at lower RPM on the highway without sacrificing its original character. Additional upgrades include Hotchkiss subframe connectors for improved chassis rigidity, a 12:1 quick ratio steering box, a tilt steering column with a billet steering wheel, new billet specialties wheels wrapped in fresh BF Goodrich tires, plus a retro-style radio and upgraded speakers. According to the seller, all of the work was completed by a professional classic car restoration shop, with receipts available. Another major plus is that the seller has kept all of the original factory parts, including the original wheels, bias-ply tires, and steering wheel. That gives the next owner the flexibility to either enjoy the upgraded driving experience or return the car closer to factory specification if desired. So, is it worth the $70,000 asking price? In my opinion, yes. A well-maintained 1969 Camaro SS with a 396 big block, professional upgrades, documented maintenance, and the original takeoff parts included represents a very desirable package in today's muscle car market. It offers the best of both worlds, classic appearance with modern road manners. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro SS Coupe remains one of the icons of the muscle car era, and this example looks ready to be enjoyed on the road, displayed at shows, or preserved as part of a serious collection. Number 7. The 1967 Plymouth Sport Fury. The 1967 Plymouth Sport Fury is one of those overlooked full-size Mopars that offers classic styling, V8 cruising comfort, and plenty of character without the premium price tag of a muscle car. This example is located in Wilber, Nebraska, with an asking price of just $6,500. According to the seller, it's a two-owner car with a clean title and approximately 50,000 miles showing on the odometer. While the listing doesn't specify the engine, it does highlight several recent maintenance items that suggest the car has been kept roadworthy. These include a rebuilt carburetor, a new fuel tank, new tires, and a freshly flushed radiator. All important work that can improve reliability and make the car more enjoyable to drive. Finished in a beige exterior, this Sport Fury appears to be an honest driver rather than a fully restored show car. The seller also states that the vehicle has no significant damage or problems, making it an appealing option for someone looking to get into the classic car hobby at an affordable price. In my opinion, this 1967 Plymouth Sport Fury stands out because of its value. For just $6,500, you're getting a clean title, two-owner Mopar with recent mechanical maintenance already completed. It may not be the fastest or rarest classic on the market, but for someone seeking an affordable vintage cruiser with unmistakable 1960s style, this Sport Fury is certainly worth a closer look. Number 8. The 1968 Chevrolet Impala Convertible. The 1968 Chevrolet Impala Convertible represents the final years of the full-size American cruiser before the muscle car era began to evolve. With its long body lines, open-top design, and smooth V8 power, it remains a favorite among enthusiasts who enjoy comfortable cruising with unmistakable classic style. This particular Impala is located in Akron, Iowa, with an asking price of $35,000. It's a two-owner car showing approximately 20,000 miles, finished in a striking custom black cherry metallic paint over a custom tan and maroon interior with black carpeting. Power comes from a 350 cubic inch small block V8 fitted with a mild performance cam, paired with a 700R 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission. That overdrive gearbox is a welcome upgrade, allowing the car to cruise comfortably at modern highway speeds while maintaining the character of a classic Chevrolet. Additional highlights include classic 14-inch Keystone Raider wheels, and according to the seller, the car runs and drives very well. The only cosmetic flaw mentioned is a scratch on the driver's front fender that occurred shortly after the car was repainted. In my opinion, this Impala strikes a nice balance between classic styling and modern drivability. The overdrive transmission, tasteful performance upgrades, and custom color combination make it an appealing weekend cruiser, while the seller's honesty about the minor paint blemish adds confidence that they're presenting the car as it truly is. Number 9. The 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle Restomod. What if I told you that for $120,000, you could own a 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle with over 1,000 horsepower worth of attitude, modern performance, and show-quality craftsmanship? This isn't a restored muscle car. It's a professionally built Restomod designed to outperform almost anything on the road while still looking like a classic. According to the seller, the car underwent a full restoration in 2016, and today it's powered by a built 6.0-liter LS engine topped with a ported LSA supercharger and ported LS 3-cylinder heads. That power is sent through a TIC Performance Level 4T56 6-speed manual transmission, giving the driver complete control over this high-performance machine. The upgrades continue underneath with a full UMI suspension, a quick-performance 9-inch rear end with a true-track differential and 3.31 gears, plus massive 14-inch Wilwood disc brakes at all 4 corners. To keep everything running cool, the car features a custom methanol injection system and a cleverly designed pull-out ice tank and coolant reservoir hidden behind custom trunk panels. Despite its incredible performance, the drivetrain has accumulated only 1,056 miles, while the car itself has traveled roughly 3,500 miles since the restoration was completed. The seller describes it as a clean, reliable showpiece that's just as enjoyable to drive as it is to display. So, is it worth the asking price? Personally, I think this car is aimed at a very specific buyer, someone who wants the timeless styling of a 1967 Chevelle with the reliability, handling, and brutal performance of a modern supercar. Considering the quality of the build and the cost of the components alone, recreating this car today would likely cost as much, or even more. If you're looking for a no-compromise, professionally built muscle car that can dominate both the street and the show field, this 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle Restomod is an exceptional example. Number 10. The 1964 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport. What if I told you that for $67,500, you could own a 1964 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport that blends show-quality restoration with modern performance upgrades? The 1964 Impala SS is already one of Chevrolet's most iconic full-size classics. But this example takes things a step further by preserving its vintage character while adding the kind of upgrades that make it a pleasure to drive in today's world. Finished in black with a matching black interior, this Impala has an unmistakable presence. According to the seller, it underwent a professional frame-off quality restoration in 2016 by Coffin Restoration in Iowa. Although the odometer shows over 100,000 miles, the car has traveled only about 5,000 miles since the rebuild. Power comes from its original 327 cubic inch V8, rebuilt in 2013 and upgraded with a Holley Sniper electronic fuel injection system for improved reliability and easier starting. Even better, it's paired with a Tremec 5-speed manual transmission, giving the car relaxed highway cruising that simply wasn't possible with a factory gearbox. The upgrades continue throughout the car, including a quick-performance 9-inch Ford Posey rear axle, 4-wheel disc brakes, vintage air conditioning, a Be-Cool aluminum radiator with dual electric fans, lowered suspension, and modern American racing wheels wrapped in Toyo performance tires. One detail that really impressed me is the independent evaluation from Vintage Valuation Services, which described the exterior, interior, drivetrain, underside, and even the trunk as being in exceptional, show-quality condition. That's a level of praise you don't often see, especially from an outside inspection. So, is it worth the asking price? In my opinion, absolutely. You're getting the timeless styling of a 1964 Impala SS, combined with carefully selected upgrades that dramatically improve reliability, comfort, and drivability, all while maintaining a professionally restored appearance. This isn't just a classic that's beautiful to look at. It's a classic that was built to be driven, enjoyed, and admired for many years to come. Number 11. The 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe. The 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe remains one of the most recognizable American classics ever produced. It combines timeless styling, dependable V8 performance, and one of the strongest enthusiast communities in the collector car world. This example is listed at $22,000 and presents itself as a clean, well-maintained driver that's ready to be enjoyed. According to the seller, the car has been owned for more than 10 years, has very little underbody rust, and shows no significant surface rust, an important advantage for a first-generation Mustang. Under the hood sits the legendary 289 cubic inch V8, paired with an automatic transmission. The seller notes that the engine runs strong and is believed to have been enhanced, suggesting it may produce more performance than a completely stock setup while still maintaining the character of the original powertrain. Visually, the Mustang wears a California special-inspired appearance, giving it a sportier look than a standard coupe. Inside, it features the desirable pony interior package, one of the most sought-after factory interior options for the 1966 model year. While the paint isn't described as show quality, the seller says the car presents very well and still attracts attention wherever it goes. Another encouraging detail is that the owner has driven the car only about 1,000 miles over the last decade, preserving its condition while keeping it roadworthy. The seller also mentions it's ready for weekend cruises, touring events, or local car shows without needing major work. So, is it worth the $22,000 asking price? In my opinion, yes. A solid 1966 Mustang Coupe with a strong-running 289 V8, desirable pony interior, rust-free structure, and long-term ownership offers excellent value in today's classic Mustang market. It may not be a Concours restoration, but it delivers exactly what many enthusiasts want, a reliable classic that's meant to be driven and enjoyed. The 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe continues to prove why it's one of America's most beloved classics, and this example looks like an honest, well-cared-for car that's ready for its next chapter. Number 12. The 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air Hardtop. The 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air is one of the most iconic American classics ever built. With its signature chrome trim, clean body lines, and unmistakable Tri-5 styling, it continues to be one of the most sought-after Chevrolets of the 1950s. This example is located in central Illinois, with an asking price of $35,000. The seller explains they're only parting with the car because their growing family needs something with more room, making this a practical decision rather than a forced sale. This is a two-door hardtop that's been built with performance in mind. Under the hood is a well-built small-block Chevrolet V8, featuring aftermarket World Products cylinder heads and roller rocker arms. While the exact engine specifications aren't known, it's paired with a built B&M TH350 automatic transmission, and the seller believes the rear axle is geared somewhere around 4.11 or 4.56, giving the car strong acceleration. The Bel Air rides on new Cooper Cobra tires, with wider 275/60 R15 tires in the rear and 225/70 R15 tires up front, reinforcing its classic street machine appearance. According to the seller, the car was restored in 1994 and has held up remarkably well over the years, remaining a dependable driver rather than a trailer-only showpiece. Described as a street strip build, this Chevrolet was designed to be driven and enjoyed. The seller even calls it very fun to drive, suggesting it delivers the kind of performance and personality enthusiasts expect from a modified Tri-5 Chevy. In my opinion, this 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air offers an excellent balance between classic style and modernized performance. Instead of being preserved behind glass, it's been built to hit the road, making it an attractive choice for anyone who wants to experience one of America's most legendary classics from behind the wheel rather than from the sidelines. Number 13. The 1966 Chevrolet Impala Convertible. The 1966 Chevrolet Impala Convertible is one of the most recognizable full-size Chevrolets ever built. Combining elegant styling with big block performance, it's a classic that continues to attract collectors looking for both comfort and muscle. This particular Impala is located in Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, with an asking price of $45,000. Finished in black over a matching black interior, it's powered by its numbers-matching 396 cubic inch V8, backed by a 3-speed automatic transmission and a 12-bolt rear axle. According to the seller, the car underwent a complete restoration in 2020 and has seen very little use since, with the current owner adding only about 700 miles over the past 2 years. During that time, several thoughtful upgrades were installed, including a Holley EFI fuel injection system, QA1 coilover suspension, 4-wheel disc brakes, an aluminum radiator with dual electric fans, a mild performance cam, and a MagnaFlow X-pipe exhaust. The interior, wiring, and convertible top were all replaced during the restoration, while the current owner also added a discrete JL audio sound system and a set of wire wheels. For buyers who prefer a factory appearance, the original style wheels are included with the sale. In my opinion, this Impala offers an excellent combination of originality and modern reliability. Retaining its numbers matching 396 while benefiting from upgrades like electronic fuel injection, improved suspension, and four-wheel disc brakes makes it a classic that's just as comfortable on today's roads as it is at weekend car shows. Number 14. The 1962 Chevrolet Impala. What if I told you that for $32,500, you could own a 1962 Chevrolet Impala that's been in the same family for more than 40 years? Sometimes, the best classic cars aren't the ones with the biggest engines or the flashiest modifications. They're the ones with a genuine history and have been cared for by the same owners for decades. Finished in its classic early -60s styling, this Impala is powered by Chevrolet's dependable 283 cubic inch V8, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission on the column, often referred to as the classic **3 on the tree **. It's a combination that delivers an authentic driving experience rarely found in today's restored classics. According to the seller, the car is largely original, with only a few tasteful upgrades including new wheels, tires, and a dual exhaust system. Everything else has been kept close to factory specification, preserving the character that makes these early Impalas so desirable. The seller also mentions that the car has a few minor cosmetic imperfections, which is exactly what you'd expect from a classic approaching 65 years of age. More importantly, they say they wouldn't hesitate to drive it anywhere, a statement that often speaks louder than a long list of modifications. So, is it worth the asking price? Personally, I think it is. You're getting a family-owned Impala with documented long-term ownership, an honest presentation, and the kind of originality that's becoming increasingly difficult to find. Cars like this aren't just collectibles. They're pieces of family history that have survived because someone cared enough to preserve them. If you're looking for a classic Chevrolet you can enjoy on weekend cruises while appreciating its authenticity, this 1962 Chevrolet Impala is definitely worth a closer look. Number 15. The 1964 Pontiac GTO Post Coupe. What if I told you that for $79,000, you could own one of the most meticulously restored 1964 Pontiac GTOs you'll likely ever come across? The 1964 GTO is widely recognized as the car that launched the American muscle car era. But this isn't simply another restored GTO. It's a PHS-documented post-coupe that has been owned by the same enthusiast since 1988 and restored to Concours quality standards with virtually no expense spared. Finished in its original grenadier red with a black interior, this GTO underwent a complete body-off restoration, with incredible attention paid to factory correctness. According to the seller, nearly 95% of the original hardware was carefully saved, replated, and reinstalled rather than replaced. Under the hood sits the legendary 389 cubic inch tri-power V8, featuring the correct date-coded block, heads, and intake. During the rebuild, the engine was balanced and blueprint, upgraded with forged internals, performance camshaft, roller rockers, and countless carefully selected components, all while maintaining an authentic factory appearance. Backing the engine is a close-ratio 4-speed manual transmission with its original Hurst shifter, sending power to a 3.90 Posey rear axle. Virtually every mechanical component, from the suspension and steering to the cooling system, wiring, brakes, and fuel system, has either been restored or replaced with correct quality parts. The restoration extends far beyond mechanics. The interior has been completely redone using correct materials. The paint was professionally applied in the original color using Glasurit products, and even details like the trunk, hood insulation, wiring harnesses, and factory markings were finished to Concours standards. Perhaps the strongest endorsement comes from the car's history. It has won multiple Best of Show awards, was featured on Speed Vision, and appeared in Musclecar magazine, achievements that speak volumes about the quality of the restoration. So, is it worth the asking price? In my opinion, absolutely. This isn't simply a classic GTO, it's a documented, award-winning example restored to a level that very few cars ever achieve. For collectors, cars like this represent more than transportation. They represent the very best of American muscle car history, preserved exactly as it deserves to be.